friend. She's probably yours too. She's the one that your gossip neighbor talks about all the time. And you know, she's the one that academic researchers have a crush on, but don't tell anybody. Sadly, sometimes she can be misunderstood. You are probably confused right now, and you should be. That's because her name is Information. Apart from the many things you've heard about her, one of my favorites is that she can influence actions. As it turns out, she's a key element to most of global problems, including deforestation. Did you know that almost 70% of deforestation in Latin America was caused by agriculture? And the soy is the main culprit of deforestation in Brazil? Did you know that producers are key stakeholders in the supply chain able to reduce biodiversity risk? All this information is true, and because of that, I decided to research about the role of information on deforestation from a Brazilian soy producer's perspective. To conduct my research, I will need to use mental models elicitation, which is basically an understanding about how people perceive a part of the world. Starting with the recognition of my research area, I ask, how are other researchers eliciting mental models on agricultural studies globally? I will conduct a literature review to help me with that. For the next steps, I will focus on Brazilian soy producers' perspective. First, I want to understand how social relationships influences response to deforestation information. So, who is influencing the access and interpretation of information? I will have scenarios representing types of deforestation information, and producers will need to indicate what people influence their responses to each scenario. Second, I will focus on how information affects producers' mental models on deforestation and their willingness to engage in actions to reduce deforestation. To analyze the mental models, I will conduct an interview, and to check the conservation engagement, I will conduct a telephone survey. Last but not least, I want to understand how to strengthen the uptake of information through a communication process. So, which communication process would fit better? I collect suggestions from producers and test two of them, applying questionnaires before and after to check the information uptake. With all of that, the main goal of my research is to develop recommendations for the process necessary to share and communicate information related to deforestation in the context of agricultural commodities. Although there is a widespread agreement of the importance of conservation, it remains elusive. One of the key challenges is that stakeholders hold different views on how this should be achieved, and my research will help with that. Interesting how our fecal-friendly information could be useful, right?